Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and ART Junior College. Today we are going to start by our subject history. As we have completed by our half of the chapter, that is 11th chapter, India Transfer Part 1. Today we are going to start by our fifth subtopic, that is science and technology. Now I hope you know about science and technology. Now here supercomputers named Param 8000, Param 10,000, Param Padma made by India. Because of this, India entered the global computer market. Software exports from India also increased tremendously. Use of internet service in India also increased rapidly. India also provided its nuclear strength by conducting 2 underground nuclear tests. BSNL was established to provide cellular, internet and broadband services. In 2007, India entered the field of space research, where India launched Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 and Mangalyaan. I hope you people have watched the movie of Mangalyaan and you know about this. Okay. So there is a very few incident of significance which has been mentioned over here by me. Many other things we have done, success we have got. The Indian software industry was benefited because of the policy of liberalization, the central government favorable policy for software industry, foresightness of Indian entrepreneurs, the nationwide spread of computer and information technology, computer engineers who were also proficient in the use of English language resulted in tremendous increase in the Indian export of software. It increased from 3.2% to more than 25%. So these were the differences. Okay. That's a central government favorable policy for software industries. So in the year 1995, internet services began in the Indian metropolis. In 2004, Tata Consultancy was the biggest firm in Asia. Remember, in all over Asia, I'm talking about Asia, not India, not our country, but over all India, Tata Consultancy means from our country was the biggest services, providing software services. Pune and Bengaluru developed as an information technology hubs. The population in India using internet services is rapidly increasing day by day. Indian IT engineers are in great demand all over the world. So this was the success ratio in science and technology by India. In the field of science, India to prove its nuclear strength conducted underground nuclear test 2 times at Pokhran in Rajasthan. I hope you have watched this movie also and you know about the story of Pokhran. If not watch, you can watch. You are free now at home, right? So you can watch. As it is history based, so you can watch. Okay. Otherwise, you will say Miss is telling to watch us the movie. No, I'm not asking you to watch the movie. I'm asking you to watch the movie which is historical basis, from which you can learn something. Okay, so you can watch the movie based on Pokhran. Okay, so Pokhran is in Rajasthan. So over there, India has conducted the test, underground nuclear test. Okay, the Indian satellite OceanSat 1 launched and entered the orbit in 1999 to collect oceanographic information about oceans and seacoast. In 2000, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL. Earlier, we were having the SIM card of BSNL. Nowadays, also we are having in some of the villages. Okay, so was established to provide services like cellular phones, that is mobile phone, internet and broadband. In 2007, India entered a new field of space research. It commercially launched the Italian satellite. Other nations had submitted tenders quoting very high rates to get this contract. However, India got this contract by quoting reasonable rates. Why we got the contract? Because we kept very reasonable rates. Nevertheless, India earned considerable profit through the Italian contract. Before entering this field on commercial basis, India had already successfully launched the satellite of Argentina, Belgium, South Korea, Indonesia and Germany. In 2008, India launched Chandrayaan 1, the first lunar probe. Through this information sent by Chandrayaan 1, India could collect evidence for the presence of water on the moon. After that, India also launched Chandrayaan 2 and Mangalyaan. I hope you have watched the movie of Mangalyaan Chandrayaan. Okay. From that you can know about what was the difficulty which India has faced, why it has been failed, and then how it has been again sent. Okay, so this the movie can explain you in a very short way, and you will be enjoying of learning the lessons of Chandrayaan. Okay, moving further to the next topic, that is defense affair. 11.6. In 1919, Pakistan entered Kashmir. We already know about this thing. India was successful in the Kargil War. India built a strategic strike nuclear submarine in 2009. India undertook various joint military exercises with other nations also. This hence it is known as Kargil War, where it fought in the Kargil Dras area in Ladakh. It also referred to as Operation Vijay by the Indian Army. Operation Vijay was successful and India emerged victorious in it. This war alerted the Indian authority for modernization of Indian military, process of updating the military equipments and arms training etc. were further intensified. In 2009, India successfully built a strategic strike nuclear submarine of Arihant class. This was the first nuclear submarine built in India. Its first patrol round was completed. Patrol round means which has been gone on visiting. Completed with Russia's cooperation. Thus, India is the sixth country in the world to develop indigenous technology of building nuclear submarines. The Indian government had involved private Indian entrepreneurs too in this project. This is the logo of Make in India. Means whatever the things will be, it will made in India. Not made in India, it is Make in India. Okay. The government of India emphasizes on indigenous production by using indigenous technology, that is made in India, on recruiting women officers in military, and also on combined exercise with military of other nation. There is increasing focus on exchange of latest technology to fight terrorism, to augment our own competencies and optimum use of modern technology for ending terrorism. The exercise with Oman military at Baklaw, Himachal Pradesh is apparently the result of these policies. In the exercise with the thrust was on the critical tactics to fight with terrorists in mountainous terrains. There were combined exercises of Mongolian army and Jammu and Kashmir Rifles. The exercise of Indian and American army together was done in America. The exercise with Sri Lanka army was organized in Pune. This practice session was meant for training the soldier for fighting terrorism in semi-urban environment. Exercise with Russian military was organized in Russia. Similar exercises were organized with Bangladesh and England as well. Means from each and every country the exercise was done so as each and everyone can save them from terrorism. Such exercises are useful for both countries because of the technological exchange that happened on this occasion. Means not only exercises but also they have learned about the technological advancement and the use of technological advancement. The process of modernization of arms gives impetus to further research. To join the armed forces is one of the best career for young people. There are about 8 sections in the Indian Army where women officers can join on short service commission. Women can join through Union Public Service Commission. There are few reserved seats for women who have completed NCC training. Okay, so this were the terms and conditions by the Indian military to join the women. Now, youth related policy. Centers were set up to train youth people for various skills. 12 January, the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, is observed as National Youth Day. National Youth Festival is also celebrated in the month of January. Youth Hostels Association of India has established youth hostels in various parts of the country. A number of centers of Nehru Yuvak Kendra Sangatna were established in 1972. This center began training young people for various skills. The programs run by these centers were eventually merged in National Youth Empowerment Program. Okay, and further this put a trust on topics like literacy education, health and hygiene, family welfare, preservation and conservation of environment, awareness of social issues, rural development and self employment. So this is the logo of Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangatna, NYKS, and for Nehru, Y for Yuva, K for Kendra, S for Sangatna, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangatna. Okay, then next, 12th January is the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekanand. Already I have stated to you, and which is observed at National Youth Day. And every year this is celebrated, and it is celebrated in the month of January. Okay, this is organized by our government of India and state government also. This festival is designed to provide a platform for the artistic talent of young individual. Then we have also talked about youth hostel association, where this youth hostel in various parts of the country. These hostels are managed in collaboration by government of India and respective state government. Youth Hostel Association work for the encouraging the adventure skills among young people. There are about 83 hostels in India which provide accommodation to young people at minimum rates. The training program were arranged by this association to Bharat Scouts and Guides National Service Scheme, that is NSS, and National Cadet Corps, that is NCC. Okay. So these are the training program which has been given to the youth people. Then next topic is Right to Information Act 2005. This kind of act was first applied in Sweden in 1776. In 1946, United Nations declared this right as a fundamental human right. L.K. Kulwal, a social activist, initiated the process in India. In 1990, Aruna Roy started the movement Majdoor Kisan Shakti Sangatna, in which the need for right to information was expressed. Anna Hazare played an important role in Maharashtra in implementing this right. The act has been implemented in Maharashtra since 12th October 2005. The Divisional Commissioner of Bilaspur of that time, Harsh Mande, showed courage to disclose official information while serving as a bureaucrat. The information he disclosed was in the context of the program of distributing food grains in lieu of daily wages. Okay, this was a problem. So Anna Hazare, as I stated you, has taken played an important role in 2001, had a decisive role in Maharashtra in this matter. The act was implemented in Maharashtra since 12 October 2005. I hope the slide is visible to you people, and picture of Anna Hazare is also seen by you. So this is a person, Anna Hazare, who has taken the efforts for Right to Information Act of 2005. The definition of the term information include official records, document memoranda, emails, comments, consultation, press notes, circular orders, logbook, tenders, report, correspondence, formats, model, electronic data, the information of a private institution or an individual that is available in the record of any public establishment. Okay, so this was the Right to Information Act, that any of the information can be get to you. Right to information grant access to official document, record permission to obtain their copies, to take notes, to extract passages, to get samples of authorized material, and print of data stored in CDs, floppy disks, tapes, video cassettes, or in any other form or store on computer. Citizen can get the desired information after submitting an application to information officer of a public authority. Okay, so if you want any kind of information, you just have to write an application to information officer of public authority and you have to submit over there. Then you can get any kind of information. Maybe it is ancient or maybe it is recent. Okay, now starting by the last topic, that is reorganization of states. Now in the year 2000, the states with large areas were divided and new states were formed. Chhattisgarh was formed after dividing the state of Madhya Pradesh on 1st November 2000. A bill for a separate state was passed by Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly and the state of Uttarakhand was formed on 9th November 2000. The state of Bihar was divided and the separate state of Jharkhand came into existence on 15th November. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Jharkhand, Bihar. The state of Telangana was formed in 2014. In August 2019, Article 370 was revoked by the Government of India. From 31st October 2019, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was structured as two separate union territories of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. Now starting by Chhattisgarh first, the demand for the creation of separate state of Chhattisgarh was put forward in the session of Indian National Congress in pre-independence time. However, State Reorganization Commission headed by Fazal Ali rejected the demand. In 1998, in the session of the Legislative Assembly of Madhya Pradesh, the proposal of creating a separate state of Chhattisgarh was approved. Later, by the initiative of the Government of India, the separate state of Chhattisgarh was created. Uttarakhand. Now, what happened in Uttarakhand? Over here, the people of Garhwal and Kumaon were demanding for a separate state since 1930. It was supported in the 1938 session of Indian National Congress. However, over here again also Fazal Ali Commission ruled it out. The people in this region started a movement for their demand in 1957. In 1973, Uttarakhand Parvatiya Rajya Parishad was established. In 1994, the movement got intensified in recognition of popular sentiment. A bill for separate state was passed by the Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly. Finally, in 2000, the state of Uttaranchal, later named as Uttarakhand, came into being. So this was the problem that the things were facing up. Next is Jharkhand. In 1929, the demand for separate state of Jharkhand was stated by first time. In 1947, remember the year 1947, our freedom year, All India Jharkhand Party was established and the demand for a separate state of Jharkhand was accelerated. In 1973, an appeal was presented to the President and the Prime Minister. In 1994, the Bihar Legislative Assembly passed the Bill of Jharkhand Area Autonomous Council, that is JAC. In August 2000, a bill providing for Bihar's division and creation of separate state of Jharkhand was passed in the lower house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha. On the day of 15th November 2000, the separate state of Jharkhand came into existence. So this was the problem that the people were facing, and they were appealing to Prime Minister, they were appealing to President, and finally this thing was happening. People were happy, but they have to took a lot of effort to make the Jharkhand as a separate state. Next is Telangana. The state of Telangana was formed in 2014. Earlier, it was an integral part of the state of Andhra Pradesh, that is AP, Andhra Pradesh. Telangana Rashtra Samiti started a movement for the creation of a separate state of Telangana. In 2001, Government of India announced the decision of a separate state of Telangana. In 2014, this proposal was approved in the parliament. On 2nd June 2014, the separate state of Telangana came into existence. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. The state of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh was given special status by Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. I hope you remember Article 370 and what happened in Jammu and Kashmir recently. Recent news, if you have updated news, so you know what happened, what is happening in Jammu and Kashmir, okay? Only because of the special status of Article 370. In 1947, Premnath Dogra established Jammu Praja Parishad Party. Its initial motto was Ek Vidhan, Ek Pradhan, Ek Nishan. Ek Vidhan, Ek Pradhan, Ek Nishan. Later in 1952, it was changed to Ek Desh Mein Do Vidhan, Do Pradhan, Do Nishan, Nahi Chalege, Nahi Chalege. Okay, so this was the what he changed. It was changed likewise. Earlier he said Ek Vidhan, Ek Pradhan, Ek Nishan. Later he changed in 1952 like Ek Desh Mein Do Vidhan, Do Pradhan, Do Nishan, Nahi Chalege, Nahi Chalege. This party demanded complete accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India. The party is Power National Conference, however, was not ready to give up the autonomy of the state. Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, Minister for Industry and Supply and Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru Cabinet support the demand of complete merger recently in August 2019. Okay, last year. Government of India revoked Article 370 from 31st October 2019. The state of Jammu and Kashmir was restructured as two separate union territory of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. Okay, so this is the latest news. This is the thing which happened in your youth. So you should remember Article 370 very clearly. What happened in Jammu and Kashmir? Who was the government? In whose government this this happened? In the term of Modi government. Okay, Article 370 has been removed, where Jammu and Kashmir was restructured and became two separate union territories of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. So in the next lesson, inshallah, we are going to study about social domain, sport as well as tourism. So here I would like to end by the session. Thank you so much for listening. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.